Welcome to Children's Sabbath School. Our story today is about a little girl who learned to serve God at home and then also learned to serve God far away from home. She served God wherever she was. The memory verse is taken from Galatians 6, verse 10. It says, "Let us do good to all people." And the message for our story is, we can serve God wherever we are.
In his time, he makes all things beautiful. In his time, Lord, please show me every day as you're teaching me your way, that you do just what you say in your time. In your time. In your time. You make all things beautiful. In your time. Lord, my life to you I bring. May each song I have to sing be to you a lovely thing. In your time. In his time. In his time. He makes all things beautiful. In his time. Lord, please show me every day as you're teaching me your way, that you do just what you say in your time. That you do just what you say in your time.
The Little Maid. Do you have work that you do to help at home? Do you help at Grandma's house? Or at the park? At the babysitter's? The little maid helped too. The little girl looked around the kitchen. It was bigger than the one at home. There she had often helped her mother make delicious bread and stews. Then the little girl looked around the dining room. She saw a huge table, much larger than the one her family had at home. She saw a broom in the corner and pretty dishes on the table. The little girl was good at sweeping. She was also good at setting the table. She had been taught by her mother just where to put the bowls and plates and cups. The little girl was in the home of a man in charge of the Syrian army, an important man and brave soldier. He had recently led the army in an attack against Israel, and he had won. Suddenly a woman in a bright yellow dress came into the room and smiled at the little maid. "You must be the little girl my husband Naaman told me about. I'm Mrs. Naaman. You're going to be my helper. Come, little maid, I'll show you what to do." The lady led the little maid down the long hallway. Mrs. Naaman pointed to the beds that needed to be made, the floors to be swept, and the furniture to be dusted. There were clothes to wash and hang out to dry. The little maid soon felt at ease doing many chores. She often worked many hours a day, but she didn't complain or whine. Her parents had taught her to be a cheerful helper and to do the best she could. Mrs. Naaman and Captain Naaman, too, both noticed how good the little maid worked. Everything she did was done well. She didn't give up if something was hard, and she didn't grumble or complain. And guess what? She even smiled while she worked. She was friendly and happy. There was something different about this little girl from Israel. She wasn't like the other servants. How was she different? She knew God. The little maid served God wherever she was, whether at home in Israel with her family, or in Syria at the home of Captain and Mrs. Naaman. The little maid could have been angry at Captain Naaman for taking her away from her family, but she trusted God and wanted to serve him wherever she was. You can serve God wherever you are, too. You can help at home by taking your dirty dishes to the sink after you eat. Offer to dust the furniture. Play nicely with your brothers and sisters and share your toys with friends. Smile and be friendly to the children you see at the playground. In all these ways and in all these places, you are serving God. You can serve God wherever you go.
Naaman is captain of the king of Syria's army. He defeats the army of Israel and captures a little girl whom he takes home to be his wife's personal maid. This little maid is well trained in character and habit by her parents. Although far from her Israelite home and family, she is a faithful worker. By her service, her captors see her love for God. Do you know what a missionary is? A missionary is someone who tells or shows someone else about Jesus. Wherever we are or wherever we go, we can serve God. We are all missionaries, whether at home or far away. People do notice how we represent Jesus, whose mission on earth was to serve God and others. Let us say the Lord's Prayer together.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you for joining us today, boys and girls. Remember, we can serve God wherever we go. Happy Sabbath, and God bless you.